What?
Hi! What?
It's evening. I'm just chilling.
Happy quarantine, everybody! Woo!
Yay.
Not really, but I hope everyone has been staying safe, staying healthy, and staying out of trouble. Just staying mindful.
And just staying home.
Staying home. That's the biggest one. Yeah. There's a pandemic going around. It's really crazy. It's a really, stressful situation. There's a lot of people out of work.
Honestly, yeah. Miami's turning into Cuba, so it reminds me of home.
There's a lot of people out of work. There's a lot of people that won't be able to pay bills. There's a lot of people that won't have access to food, and it's really sad, and it's really stressful, and it's really scary. And this is not a joke. It's a really serious time, and it's a time to just really be mindful and be strong, and all of us to take care of ourselves and each other, because that's all we can really do.
Sure.
And yeah, our situation. I don't know if you wanted to elaborate a little bit. Leo and I, neither of us work for Disney at the moment anymore.
Yeah, Disney had to close its park, so the college program interns had to go home. Let's just say it was an interesting day that we had.
Was it all in one day?
Yeah.
It was all in one day. All the parks have closed. It's not just like Disney in particular. So everything has really closed. All the restaurants are just takeout. So this has affected all of the businesses around the world, and it's affected everyone's daily lives. There's really not any person, I feel like, that's unaffected by this. And so right now, yeah, we are just staying relaxed, and we're staying home, and we're being mindful. We only go out just to get food or fresh air occasionally. But
and even when we got fresh air, it's like, stay away from people.
Yeah, it even feels kind of strange just to go outside. Sometimes I'm a little stressed out.
It's an apocalypse. We gotta enjoy it.
So yeah, what do we do? What do we do in quarantine? What have we been up to?
A lot of cooking.
A lot of cooking.
This is a perk. I don't gain weight, which is awesome. So I can eat a lot, not gain any weight.
I'm always like, calories, protein, gotta think about my carbs, did I sleep enough, did I exercise, when was the last time, this and that. You're just like, he has a tub of ice cream and he's just eating it with like a spoon.
I'm just eating ice cream with a spoon and he's like,
I'm like, am I getting enough carbs, am I getting enough protein? You're just like, I don't know.
No.
We've been cooking a lot. It's been really fun. I think also one thing that really makes cooking special, I like to play music a lot. So I play music when I cook, and like I'm kind of just like getting in the groove, and I'm like dancing around and like finding my favorite songs while I'm cooking. Like especially when you're waiting for things to cook and you don't have anything to do, like listening to music is really nice.
And I just put apocalyptic music in the background.
You are so dark, so sinister. But I get you to dance when I'm cooking.
Yes.
We've had some fun dancing times cooking.
When he cooks, he put on his music. When I cook, I put on Apocalypse.
Such a Scorpio. Yeah, besides cooking, I've been teaching him some dance moves, and he's been teaching me different dance moves. So I love to do like the electro shuffle. So it's lots of different like electronic, like techno dance moves, and you've been showing me salsa. Gotta get that groove on, gotta get that cardio, gotta get dancing.
That's actually the only cardio I do.
You don't work out. I work out all the time, you don't work out. Now is just a really good time to work on all the things that we say we can't do, or that we're really busy, or things that we can really work on and stimulate our minds, you know? I think that social isolation doesn't mean emotional isolation, doesn't mean mental isolation, and I think this can really be a time to just find things that stimulate your creativity, that stimulate your growth or your talent, or just get your mind flowing. And for me, I love to dance, so I love to work on dance moves. I know some of my family members have been painting. I know my sister likes poetry a lot. You're a really brilliant artist. He does a lot of graphic design. I think like, cause you and I are both engineers, but we're both like different sides of it. I feel like I'm like trying to like organize and like plan and like make things work efficiently, versus you're just so like technical.
Designy.
You're so technical. So yeah, poetry, painting, dancing, cooking, and then estoy practicando español.
Oh yeah, no, I've gotten him to talk a lot more in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he says the wrong thing and then I correct him and then he gets mad at me and then I'm like, whatever.
Just like the grammar rules, like you're the master of the grammar. And sometimes like I'll ask you a question about the grammar, like why is the Spanish rule like this?
Because
and,
it is.
And you're just like, I don't know.
Really?
Really?
That's my native tongue, I don't know.
You know so many languages. Like you've been working on Korean.
Korean,
Japanese.
Japanese. I try to look at French every once in a while, but then I'm like, nah. Sorry, I don't like French. Out of all the Roman languages, that's the one that I don't like.
Why?
I don't know, I just don't like French. It sounds too much like English and I have trauma with English.
As you're speaking English?
Yeah, as I'm speaking English. Hey, I have to speak English because I'm forced to speak English.
No?
I live in the US, yes.
In Miami?
I mean, yeah, but I don't like talking to Cubans.
Cuban hates Cuban.
Yeah. Welcome to Cuba. We all hate each other.
What about me? I'm half Cuban.
You're fine.
What do you think that we've learned about each other? Because I think this is really interesting too. I wanted to talk about this on an Instagram post, but we've been going steady for a decent amount of months. Like, and you know, we see each other for like nice occasions and we get to go on dates or we have nice like special occasions or different reasons to see each other. And then you take like a reasonably stable couple and then you throw them into like maxed out quarantine where we just have to go from like nice dates and nice little like get-togethers to like 24/7 quarantine, can't leave the house. We pretty much haven't seen anybody else except for each other.
That's true.
Like, and I think a lot of couples, a lot of family members, like a lot of people are being tested, a lot of patience is being tested, and a lot of just interaction with people has really been put under pressure. And I think now is the time to just really be calm. It might feel stressful spending such a ridiculous amount of time with just these whatever group of people you're in quarantine with, or if you're by yourself, but you're not alone. And I don't know, like, how do you feel being in quarantine with me? How do you feel being in quarantine with me 24/7, huh?
He'll drive you crazy. Nah, it's fun from time to time, but you definitely are way too much of a social person. If he doesn't socialize, he gets crazy. I can literally be sitting in a room for an entire week not going out, I'll be fine. Him, more than 2 days, he's out.
Introvert, extrovert, I'm struggling with quarantine.
I'm chilling.
Like I'll walk over to the window and just like
yeah, no, he looks out he looks out to the balcony.
I just like look outside, I'm just like
he looks out the balcony and there's honestly not much of a view. There's another
There's
building
not much
right
of
there.
a view, but
and
like,
he's like
I feel like I'm in a movie poster just like outside.
and I'm just like, get over it.
Yeah, you're just like such an introvert that you can spend so much time like inside or just like you're just like on autopilot doing your own thing. I'm like, like I feel like I'm losing my mind. I feel like the walls are like closing in. I'm like, what's going on?
I'm just like, chill.
I think we've really taught each other like different things, and I think we've really learned a lot from each other. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I've brought out your extroverted side, and you've definitely like pulled in my introverted side. I'm like trying to just
pull out your introverted side.
You're like pulling in.
Okay. What? What? Crazy wacko. What? Oh, you would. You would. You're crazy enough to do it. You've been going crazier and crazier every week.
Quarantine week 6. I have this face. Like, okay, do your scariest face. I find that face okay.
Okay.
I feel like you don't like my scary face.
Mm-mm. Stop. So creepy. Stop.
I don't know, just like the randomest things that we do in quarantine.
Yeah, we learned that we're very, very weird.
We're very weird. We'll just like tickle each other randomly. No, stop it. Alright, no more. Yeah, we'll just randomly tickle each other or just like we massage each other even when we haven't like done any physical activity.
Yet again, you're more sore from the massage.
I'm like more so, yeah. Yes, I don't know. Just like random weird stuff that we do in quarantine. But that's quarantine. We're just... It feels like limbo, feels like purgatory, but we just try to keep things fresh, keep things interesting, and just... Also, like, look at the news in doses. I feel like we look at the news and then we, like, put it away. And then we look at it again and we put it away.
We just look at the death count.
It's so weird looking at the death count, just seeing it just, like, rise. And you see the graph, like, It's just a time to really be strong, to work, stimulate your mind. And also, I'm just so grateful. Like, that's one thing, because we complain, oh, I can't go to the beach, or I can't go out to party, or I miss this, I miss that, or this is such an inconvenience to me, to myself. But like, instead of feeling stuck at home, like, feel blessed to have a home, or to have a roof over your head, or to have food, you know what I mean? Especially now in times of crisis like this. Like, it's easy to be overwhelmed and all the things that seem lost to you, but you still have so many different things. And now is a time to just enjoy those things. And then it makes you appreciate like your commute, school, like waiting in line at a restaurant, or going to get a coffee, or going to get groceries normally. But I feel like that's all quarantine. That's what quarantine really is about. Just like staying at home so you can appreciate the things out of the home later, and to make things a lot easier for doctors, for nurses, for people that are in the front line fighting this virus head on, and that are putting themselves at risk to help as many people as they can. And that we are all affected by this, and we all will get through this. I went on a rant. Anything you have to say?
No, not really. I'm just very happy that there's like no traffic in Miami.
Left-hand turns like wee, wee, and then Miami drivers, that's a whole other thing. So it's very, very nice whenever we do go out, but it's still not, no.
No, people will still do the stupidest stuff, even though there's no cars around.
Yeah.
I think that's why they do the stupidest stuff.
Well, anything else to say to send off this video to people in quarantine?
Stay sane. He's not. Stay sane.
What are you talking about? I'm sane.
It's gonna kill me.
Ah!
Don't.
So anything else?
Okay, no.
Okay. Well, happy quarantine, guys. You know what? We haven't kissed at all in any video. Wouldn't want to spend quarantine with anyone else.
Oh.
But yeah, take it easy, you guys. Bye.
Bye.